I got a RoboCop interrupting the flow. So what was it sensing? And why did it RoboCop? Turn the phone on. I was experiencing what it means to be equal sharing. As soon as I experienced and communicated out loud in sound, equal sharing, there came the RoboCop. Equal unto itself, to experience being equal, which is an equilibrium state, which means you're not breaking circuits and you're not experiencing any nerve damage. As a result of what? Codes. Codes that are not compatible. So you know what file sharing is, right? Sharing files, the keys to all the files. So I wrote this about compatibility issues between communicating elemental ion circulation accretion level speed and filing system error codes. Corrections, thus repair, which is recode, the reflection of pure internal inhalation like methylation, like in metabolites, like in metabolic speed, the ion, the neurogyro elemental exhalation command as a math function to experience breathing right on timing. BP, PSI sensitive waves of God's unity wave, the function to experience a spiritual state of pure LUV phasing speed, love, of perfect structural integrity, of fire and ice joined as one. So one of the files that I opened up the other day, and right around at 15 minutes, okay, that was all I had time left for that file. So I thought, well, should I share another file that was included in that, which is called file sharing? So I'm going to share the other file that I didn't share in that file. So I'm going to share an older file that's related to that file because we're one. Now we're back into file sharing. Open the files, turn the key on, the key Roche, that had to do with the speed at which codes are being recoded, reprogrammed, or if you will, the code corrections. And I've mentioned this in a video that I did on Robert Owen when I had the purple breathing purple, that hoodie that I had on when I was at the Grants Pass Catholic Charity Place, the Gospel Mission, and I talked about automatic, right, which is called an automatic file correction, which means God source, the unity wave, is making a file correction, which is self-repair. Because the codes are not compatible between a deadlight magnet, artificial intelligence, because God source is not artificial light. That means I know what I am, okay, which is eternal, pure, absolute love. So that love being over unity is making a file correction. Bang, just that fast. Because what does it want to do? Write code, deadlight code, AI code, implosion code directly into a file represented by your consciousness, which is your filing system. Oh, I don't want those codes in my DNA. No, you don't. Because what does that do? You know what a reduction is, a reducer. Reduces the field strength, which is the morphogenetic field structure strength of your immunity function firewall, which is the shield. Shields are up. So what I was sharing in that other file was how that particular anesthesiologist back in, when was that, Mama? 1995, going to the school at the University of Arkansas in a graduate education program. This is where I learned what I was supposed to learn about bifurcation, about machine learning. He had me on 95 milligrams of methadone. And this doctor could not believe that it was possible for somebody taking 95 milligrams of methadone, AI methadone, and still could outrace that AI in the time that it took, okay, to process the speed at which file corrections are taking place between 1995 and now, actually, because I got rid of that program, right? When was that, Mom? A couple of years ago. I don't take that drug no more. Okay, as a matter of fact, I eliminated all those programming codes. So now you're in a timing speed, which is self-correction speed. Now I have to go all the way back to being 4 years of age. Self-correcting the original organic water-coded matrices. Oh, whoa. Yeah. God Force, the Unity Force, the silver and gold mated Ruche is correcting my files for me. Me as in I am. I am what love is in living spirit. So those code corrections are naturally taking place. Remember, now I'm back to 4 years of age. Remember, put it into temporary. Put it into temporary. I'm only going to use it for as long as I need to use it. Then it's gone. Right? Because the way that it's coded, which is the way that it's sequenced, right? The solar panels, in order to experience what I am now, I had to experience everything that I was experiencing by virtue of making those corrections in order to experience what I am now to communicate that to you. Right? Which is transmutation speed, which has everything to do with what? Accretion level speed. The electrical potential of what's possible to experience as a future memory. Oh, so you were already there. Yes. Remember when Dan Bolin mentioned that? Came back from the future to make sure that we have future memories because we're already experiencing what we are in the future memory, which is now time, which is I am. So I am, the unity force wave, can make the corrections faster than an AI can ever imagine to be. Because it's going in the wrong direction. It's learning at the slowest rate of speed. That's the truth of it. Because what is it doing to itself? Playing war games against its own cells, against its own mirror, as a black mirror. So you already know the result of that. It's just a matter of time because it's finite. Until it runs out of its reserves. So when the shields are up, what happens? It's increasing the amount of anxiety. So you can map the amount of anxiety by mapping the amount of circuits that keep breaking to do more nerve damage to those battery-operated units of consciousness, right? Solar-coded consciousness. I know. So that's the rest of that file. There are obviously other files. They're related to those files. And now you're into, well, how big are those files? Because they're all connected, electrodynamically linked to the eternal life coded files, the master files. Having access to the master files at the moment, the now time breathing moment of breathing a true vacuum, a true still point, right? The innocence of awareness. The innocence of awareness is the purity of God's source love, which is eternal. So I experience that in me, and I share that with all of you. So God is taking care of me. The one we're with, the one we serve. The one we serve is always taking care of us as a server. Have a beautiful day. We love you all.